welcome back to my channel. Today I will be planning in my academic planner for the week of September 21st through 25th, and I'm using this set of die cuts and this scrapbook paper and various washi tapes from the Canoe 2 brand. This is their Twilight collection, and I picked this up at Joann's. I was very excited to use it. So we're gonna jump right in. The first thing I wanna do is cover up my sidebar. So that's why I have a ruler here. It's not a very pretty ruler, it's a very old ruler, but I just wanna make sure I have the right amount of paper. So roughly 8 by 1.5 inches. So the back side's also patterned, but I'm gonna use it to mark and then cut this. So I have my strip of scrapbook paper. I am not gonna be using any more scrapbook paper in the spread, I don't think. Though it would be cute to fill in some boxes, I'll have to look at my class schedule and see what my availability looks like this week. So I'm taking my Tombow Monodots adhesive and I'm just gonna cover the back of this with a generous layer of adhesive. And I wanna make sure that the moths are facing the right direction, because there's nothing worse than upside down moths. Okay, and I'm covering up all the dates with it. Got some colorful boxes right here. And I'm gonna be using probably gold. Like, I feel like gold is gonna look best with this spread. We'll go with this size. Oh, this is a poorly cut sheet of them. So I guess we will go with the size 1 up just because of some issues. And I want to make sure that the moths are still visible. So maybe we go with even smaller ones. Like these. Like, this is mixing it up for me. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. And I'm just kind of overlapping them. For one, it's to keep the scrapbook paper in place if the adhesive doesn't end up working, which it should, because I put a lot of it on there. But also, I just don't want to cover up all the moths. The sticker is not coming up cleanly. Yes, if you've ever had a sticker sheet that's been cut wrong, like that one sheet of colorful boxes I just showed you where it's like cut slightly to the right, let me know if you've ever emailed Mamby customer service and they've sent you a new sheet. I've heard of people who have done that, and I just haven't done it myself, so I don't know how the process works, but I'd be interested to know. So this is kind of what our sidebar is looking like. I have all of these different die cuts. So I have a whole bag. I'm just gonna pick a few. Like, obviously this is cute, but it's too big for this spread. So I'm gonna start by just taking the giant ones out of here. So here's a moth. I'm gonna put it over there just for safekeeping. I don't know if I really want this, but we're gonna hold on to it so it doesn't get lost in the bag in case I really do want it. We got a pile of books, which is helpful because this is an academic spread. I do like this teapot that's full of flowers. We're gonna keep it. Oh, it would be fun to do like a whole bottom line of like all these different things, but I feel like that's just another spread that I need to make, and this one needs to stay on what it was intended to be. Got a moth. There's also these cute little stamps, but again, they don't really match the theme. Moth. Mason jar, maybe? I love the die cuts in this pack. You are radishing, my dear. If only this fit with the spread, because that would just be like a fabulous thing to have in there. And then we got another one of those. So this is kind of like the handful of die cuts that I've selected. So these are some of the washi tapes from this collection. I think they came in a pack of 7 and I'm missing one. I don't know where the last one went to, but I think this will be fine for all intents and purposes. I have these rose circle stickers from the Aesthetic Studio, and I was kind of thinking maybe I'd cut them into like fourths and do the dots like in the corners of the boxes this week. Maybe it would make more sense to like use one of these from Bad Designs instead. I feel like these blue grays match nicely. And I know I have one reading for my first class right up here. So we'll just do one dot, and then the rest of this is free space. So for this class, we have 2 readings and like an assignment to do. So I'm gonna go with this other shade of blue-gray. And I think I'll alternate it by column, not by column, by row. So I just wanna get the readings down and then we'll mark the paper due differently. And then for this one, this is a busy class. So I have 5 readings and then I'm also discussion later. So I'm just gonna use up the rest of these like dark blue dots. And if you're thinking there's like a discrepancy between like classes where I have 1 reading assignment and I have 5 reading assignments, they do even out to be the same page-wise. Like when I say 1 reading assignment, I mean that I'm reading like it's normally like a 150-page book. So we're expected to have the whole book read for that day. But for this one, it's like 5 25-page articles. So it evens out, but the numbers just look a little different. This is the class I TA for, and then this is my thesis. Let's go ahead with some die cuts. So obviously we need like a moth up here. But let's put some like washi down first. I kind of like this watercolor floral one. So we got that strip, and then I'll take this one that's just a bunch of little X's and I'm going to do it right above it. So you can still see the lines through it, but I'm going to be covering it with a die cut. And also it feels weird to like put the white jelly roll underneath the washi tape. And this one is like a taupe color. And we're just gonna do a slightly smaller strip of that one. Just to get a nice like background going for the moth, so it's not just on the lined paper. I like that little area of washi. This washi tape is not my favorite, so I probably won't end up using that one. This one is very bold. Reminds me of Burberry Plaid, that's why I liked it. And this one is Firefly, so I don't want to use it in my moth spread because it's a different bug. So I'm thinking I'd do like that. So we put some adhesive on the back of this moth, and I'm gonna use his little antennae to cover up the line. And that looks good right there. Then I'm gonna do a similar thing for this moth. We actually have 2 other ones. So I'm thinking I would do it like one there and then like maybe one in the middle. So let's build up a little bit of washi down here in the thesis category. And I'm only going to do 2 colors here. So I'm going to do this like taupe and white, and then I'll do the X's with the pink. And I like the way that this kind of just like will peek out from behind the die cuts. I don't use die cuts in my planner a whole lot, but I have a bunch of them. Some of them have been like gifted to me, some I've won in a giveaway. These ones I actually bought myself. So I'm just looking for creative planner opportunities. And I don't want to block this box that says what class it is, so I'm kind of putting his head right up against it, but not covering it. And I like that. And then for this one, TAing is always so busy, so I don't want to cover up too much space. I might not do washi behind him. We got like moths and we got a stack of books. Or what if we put like this mason jar like on top of the books? No, the size looks way too different. Could I do moth and books? Book moth? He's reading. I don't hate that, and I don't know why I don't hate that. But also, like, for my thesis, it's just like a lot of like the same thing every week where it's make sure proposal is updated and work on reading. So I'm not too upset about using up a lot of this column. I keep saying column when I mean row. And I'm trying to cover up some of these florals that are in the corner because while they're cute, they're just so repetitive at this point. And now the moth looks weird now that I like put him like that. Could kind of like overlap him off the page a little bit. Is that weird? We'll just leave the books as is for the moment. And we'll think about some other things that need to go in the spread. So I said already that there is a paper due in that class. So we'll use a gold colorful box for that. And I'm gonna bump it down so I can like title the box with something. Might even be another colorful box, but I'll do that. And then discussion leading for this class. We have just enough room for this class. And there's always a meeting for TAing. Like, there always ends up being one, so I'll use one of these for that. So I went and grabbed squad goals, which seems like an odd pick, but there are some colors in here that match it. So I was looking specifically at these ones right here, and I want to use them to title. So for discussion leading, we'll go with today. And I'm using this like mustardy yellow tone. For the paper, we'll go with don't forget. And then for what may be a meeting, we're gonna go with to do. I feel like this one's floating up a little too high in the box. Okay, that looks much better. I like the color scheme. I think there were some miniature checklists somewhere around here. But I also like this little clipboard that says to do on it, but we'll look in the mini book first because it would be a little too big for this. I've actually used up quite a few of the stickers in my mini book, but I'm seeing these like navy blue ones, and I think those will be like a good color scheme for this. So a checklist for this section, and we'll do one in the bottom category as well. And I could label those, but I'm not really sure yet. So I'm in the accessory book, and I like these ones down here. These are always super helpful to me, these little squares. And since I overlapped here, it fits just perfectly in that box. And then I'm going to take this one that says plan on it, and I'm going to put it, I'm going to kind of overlap it with the washi right up here. We could title these boxes with like these paper clips, which I don't hate the idea of. We'll go with like this pink tone that matches up pretty well with the moths. And this like salmon pink and navy blue is such a nice pairing. I like the paper clip on the left side of the box, even though it was rotated in the sticker book. I feel like we could either use some quotes in here, maybe a little bit more washi. Oh, this is actually very cute to have it like here, kind of overlapping this meeting box right here. So I'm gonna give him some adhesive, and then I will place my moth. Fabulous. Yeah, I think having this as just the sidebar is like the perfect touch there. I am concerned that since I put books here, I should use like another die cut somewhere else in the spread. Like this is just too linear to have there. I kind of like this little doodly thing, and I could like cut it in half and just have half of it in the box, but I don't know how out of place that would look. And stamps, while they would be cute, they don't make a lot of sense. Though books don't make a lot of sense, like with the theme, they make a lot of sense with the planner. And I feel like this is a pretty like fleshed out spread at this point. Maybe what I need is just to put some like little bullet points in, like here, and take a touch more of this washi. And I like this one because it is thinner than the rest, so it'll fit into a lot of different places. Some of the wider washes are just a little bit more overpowering. So this one kind of goes across like that whole first line of boxes there. And then I'm going to put one down here. It's in the same column, so let's go here with it. Or we could even do like a little smidgen of it. And if I take it with my tweezers, I could do it like along the bottom of the box like that. And to make that look a little less out of place, I'm going to do one more just like that. I feel like this one floral tape is a little out of place as is. So I'm just going to do one more little touch of that. Though if I put it right here, they're all in the top column. Top row. Man, I am losing my mind. So I'm going to take one more bit of this. And I want to put it like right here. So I'm going to kind of peel these books up and slip it underneath them. Just like that. This blue is a different color than what I want, but it's not the end of the world. And with that, I think this is our Moth themed academic spread. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more planner related content, and follow me on Instagram at Caitlin Plans for after the pen photos and photos of spreads that did not get videos. So I hope to see you there. Thank you and happy planning.